Hello, very fine. Thank you so much. I'll be talking on Indian traditional Ayurvedic remedies for preventing and curing disease. And basically, I'm glad to be part of this webinar series. And particularly, we'll be discussing about COVID-19 webinar on coronavirus. The world is actually suffering with this problem, and gratefully, I'll be speaking and sharing on this. It's a nice platform that is provided by MEC Global Events, and it's a warm applause for all of us actually, and the event organizers, and also all of the worldwide speakers who have just come together to share their views as a supportive therapy for helping people come out of this problem. But yes, we can only what I can think of is Ayurveda can help to prevent this problem. So let us talk about this, because my topic is again, it is the Indian traditional Ayurvedic remedies for preventing and curing disease. So I'll be specifically, telling you about preventing this problem, and not much about curing, because the coronavirus, we all know that it does not have a cure yet. But the many countries are trying, and some vaccines are being made. But about Ayurveda, I'll be specifying. Ayurveda is, if you break the words, Ayu and Veda. Ayu is the life, and Veda is a science. So, a complete Veda, or the science, it has been telling about how you should lead your life. So, it is focusing on the life, and it has two key features. One is Swasthavritam and one is Aturvritam. Swasthavritam, that is the preventive medicine, and I'll be focusing on that only. And second is the Aturvritam. If the patient, if the person is comes in the category of a patient, he becomes a patient, and then what kind of a disease management can be provided also by the natural remedies in the Ayurveda system. So the best part is that Ayurveda mainly focuses on giving the it focuses on the patient, not on the disease actually. And many of the herbs and natural ingredients they are used so as to provide relief as well as prevention, and also natural cure if there is any, so that the person can be benefited. And we've actually grown up with this again, that prevention is better than cure. But nowadays, even being an Ayurvedic doctor, I think so that uh, this phrase also needs a little change. It's not prevention is better than cure now, because we are suffering the world over. We are suffering from so many ailments. Lifestyle diseases are setting up. Even this coronavirus is. This is also has opened our ears to it. So it is prevention is the cure nowadays. So we can tell about that also. First, please be clear that I'll be not telling any cures for this. I'll be only speaking on the preventive aspect, what Ayurveda has to offer. And then uh, basically the two main objectives of my talk would be, one is disease prevention, and second is immunity building. So how we can build up our immunity also with this. First, the very first thing when you start your day, the first thing is rise up early. So that is the time is regarded as Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is the time, say 4 to 6 p.m. A little before the sunrise. So scientifically also, because the UV radiations that are coming from the juvenile sun rays, and then it helps to enhance the serotonin level. It works as a mood dilator. So I'll be coming to this in my talk, that if you are having a good mood, happiness is inbuilt in your system, and then definitely you can have a good immunity level also. Then one thing I would say is, okay, on an empty stomach, take some copper vessel water. At night you should keep some water in a copper vessel, and then in the morning drink that water. This also helps to build the immunity. This works as a rasayana in Ayurveda. So it the copper vessel water, it helps as a anti-infective dosage be giving your system. That is how the immunity boost would be there. Antioxidant also it works, as a rasayana. And then go for oil pulling. Oil pulling is very simple. Take some oil. I'll just sharing some techniques with you that how you can build your immunity. And you can tell your people or your patients that how the immunity can be built Ayurvedically. So Gandush and Kavalgar hai. These are two techniques of oil pulling. This is brought us from sages of India, the ancient therapies. And then little oil you have to take. You can take the sesame seed oil, that is til telam, or the coconut oil. A tablespoon or so you can put in your mouth and move it in your mouth, and it helps you to detoxify your entire oral system very nicely. And then you just throw it off, keep it for 2 minutes to 5 minutes, and then this is called kaval garhe. And a gandush is you fill a lot of oil in your mouth, or you can add some warm water with the oil, and then it has to be filled so much that your eyes start they are, not only they are protruding out, even they start watering. So then that's how it is so helpful. So this is also one of the things that helps to detox your system and build up your immunity levels. And there are a number of herbs and home remedies that can be tried. I'll be detailing about them, but it's please always keep in mind that turmeric or haridra, that is wonderful. Then this can be taken with warm water, and you can also prepare a decoction. Even the Ayush department from the government of India, so they've come up with a wonderful decoction that can be prepared. That in this they add black pepper or the kali mirch, then sont. Sont is the dried ginger powder, and then you can add some munakka, that is raisins, and dalchini, that is the cinnamon root. That can be taken. Basil is tulsi is the holy basil. So all these ingredients you can boil them. Decoction can be prepared very easily. Take 1 glass of water and boil these ingredients in it till 1/4 remains. That is how the decoction is formed. And then 20 ml of this decoction can be taken once or twice daily. This is wonderful for building immunity. And also, most of these herbs, even the cinnamon, this helps to extract the phlegm in your system. So a lot of problem is being caused when this lot of phlegm is building up in the systems. And you can also add some spices in your diet plans also. You can add turmeric. Turmeric is haldi or haridra. We use it very well in India. And then larger cardamom you can use. Even the Ayush department of government of India tells you should be using coriander or dhania, and even the cumin seeds or the jeera. So all these things you should add in your diet. So this is also very good, because Ayurveda always tells us to focus on 3 parameters if you want to actually stay healthy. One is diet, second is digestion. Whatever the diet you are taking, if it is not being digested well, then it's useless. And third is detoxification. It has to, your system has to clear very nicely so that you can relieve yourself. Only then your doshas would be balanced. We are all made up of the 3 doshas. Vata dosha, that is the air body humor. Pitta dosha is the fire, and Kapha dosha is the flame. So all the 3 doshas, they have to be in balance only. There's a shloka in Ayurveda. Doshi dhatu mal moolam hi shariram. The human body is made up of the 3 doshas, the 7 dhatus or the tissues. I'll just come to that. And the 3 malas. Malas are the body waste. They has to be excreted from your system. And you should be taking to some yoga poses every single day. Even the pranayama or the deep breathing techniques, that is good. One thing I would suggest, in the yoga only, the Surya Mudra, you should please tell your people to practice that. Surya Mudra You have to, if you keep your hand straight up, you have to keep the ring finger, keep your root of your thumb, the tip of your thumb with the root of the ring finger, and keep your ring finger on it. Keep the other finger straight up. I hope I'm able to show this. This is Surya Mudra, and this helps to detox very well. And along with this, the lot of phlegm, if it is forming in a system, that is washed off very nicely, because it helps to generate extra heat in your bodies. Even right nostril breathing, or sleeping on a left side, this will also help. If your right nostril breathing you're taking up, this is also putting up more heat in your system. And I was reading somewhere that coronavirus, for getting rid of coronavirus, like a lot of heat is required in your system. Okay, so I'll convey about the immunity, that what Ayurveda suggests about immunity. There are two words that are focused on immunity. One is Vyadhi Kshamata, that is the resistance against disease, and second is the Bala. Bala is the strength of the individual. So, natural resistance, if you want to build up in your body, there are three types, what Ayurveda says. One is Sahaj. Sahaj is a natural immunity, the innate immunity you are having. When a little child is born, he is, as a fetus only, he develops in the mother's womb this immunity. So, it depends on the factors like the healthy condition of the father and mother, both the parents, and the environment in which the child is born, even the uh, time and place of birth. So, these all are important. Second is the Kalaj immunity. Kalaj, that relates to time. Kal is time. So, specifically, if in our age groups, if we think, the young age is best suited for this. In the young age, the person would have a good, wonderful immunity, and he can also enhance immunity very well. Why? Because if he can have a good moral character, this also enhances. In fact, the seasonal support is also good, and the person would naturally have this immunity at this time. Third type is the Yuktija immunity. Yuktija is the acquired immunity, and Ayurveda always suggests that uh, take up some diet, take up some lifestyle in your system every single day, so that you can build up this immunity naturally. So that is what I would always. That's what I tell my patients also. That's what I'll speak over here. That one is happiness of mind. Happiness of mind is so important, so that if you're having a content and happy mind, you can actually have a good immunity levels. So as I told you about the getting up in Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is the early morning time when you'll have these rays, UV rays, which help as work as mood dilators. So then how it is so good? The person would have a sattvic temperament. Sattvic means that physically, mentally, as well as spiritually, all the three parameters are taken care of. Holistically, the person is healthy, and if you want that the person also should be fit and energetic and enthusiastic, so yoga poses are wonderful for this. Yoga poses, go for pranayama, the mudra I just told you, Hasta Mudra. And Ayurveda relates immunity to ojas. That's a word, ojas. That is the essence of the seven dhatus, seven tissues. We are made of seven tissues. The tissues are rasa, rakta, mas, med, asti, maja, shukra. So whatever the food we eat in any time, it is converted first into the juice, then into ras, rakta. Rakta is blood. Mas is muscle. Med is the body fat. Asti is the bone. Maja is bone marrow. Shukra is the semen in males and avam in females. But the essence of all the seven tissues, this is ojas, or your natural immunity. So then how it is going to help you? So some kind of, yeah, I told you diet is important, digestion and detoxification. So for diet also, the food intake, please focus on cow's milk. Cow's milk is really good for you. And also honey, take honey or shahad in your diet. This is wonderful. Even Ayurveda suggests that taking ghee or the clarified butter. This is also good. Then there are some herbs that are I've noted them down, and these are definitely going to help you. Any person who wants to build his immunity. One is first is amla or the Indian gooseberry. So this is a wonderful source of natural vitamin C and helps to balance all the three doshas. Vata, Pitta and Kapha, three doshas in our system, and it helps to balance all the three. So then it is wonderful. Second, I would say is good. Adrak is good. Adrak or ginger. This is a herb. The scientific name is Zingiber officinalis, and this can be taken in any form. This is, you can take a juice. You can grate it, and some juice can be pounded of extracted from this, or you can take it dried also, dried adrak also. And it is known as Maha Aushad. Maha Aushad means that it is, every problem, every ailment is unanswerable to this herb. Another one, that is licorice root. That is mulethi or yashti madhu. We can call it. You can take it with cow's milk. And then tulsi. Tulsi is holy basil. This is wonderful. This is a wonderful respiratory tonic also in itself. And as in the name, that is tulsi. In Hindi we would say जिसकी तुलना नहीं की जा सकती, something that is uncomparable. So that is how it is wonderful. I would always suggest that every day you can make a decoction or a tea, herbal tea, add some tulsi leaves, add a little ginger, a few ginger drops in it, and when it is lukewarm, add some honey to it. So then it is good. You can take turmeric also, turmeric or haridra. This is good. This balances all the three doshas, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. 1 to 3 grams is the required dosage of turmeric. Another one is Brahmi. Brahmi, the scientific name is Centella asiatica. So this is also good. This is a wonderful brain tonic also. This can be taken. And then larger cardamom. This is a badi ilaichi. Add it to the decoction if you are taking, or in the tea, herbal tea if you are making. This is wonderful. Wheat grass is another good herb also. This has some very good germicidal and antitoxic properties. So 100 ml dosage is enough if you can get the juice in the whole day. And then garlic or lasun. So in your diet also you can add it in your. You can take it as a medicine also. But best I would suggest is in the night you soak a few bulbs, say about 2 or 3 bulbs of garlic. In the morning chew it slightly and then take it. So the best part is that it is having there are 6 tastes that we should be taking in our diet every single day. These are madhur, amla, lavan, tikt, katu and kashaya. This is sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter and astringent. So out of the 6, 5 are present in lasun or the garlic. Except the salty taste, all the 5 are present. So it is good for you. And then another one, even harad. Harad, there's a tonic that is actually a very nice rasayana. Rasayana you can take regularly for any amount of time, rasayanas. And then it is triphala. So triphala can be taken, and triphala contains harad. Harad is Terminalia chebula. This is also having at least 5 tastes out of the 6. And then another one, that is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, the scientific name is Withennia somnifera, and the dosage required is 3 to 6 grams of this powder, herb powder. This can be taken twice or at least once a day with little with cow's milk. So this is all I would suggest in a diet, because why these herbs are good. One is they're natural antioxidants. They're fighting the free radicals very nicely. Second is that they are anti-infective. Most of these, which I've just told you, antimicrobial properties also they are having, and healing properties are definite if in Ayurvedic preventive approach. And in changes have to be made in your diet as well as in your lifestyle. For lifestyle changes, one is take hot water. This is also suggested by the Ayush department in the government of India. You know, take hot water, sips of hot water, specifically when we are facing this problem the whole day long. Because, there are two concepts in Ayurveda. One is your agni or the gastric fire. It has to be invigorated. It has to be so intense that, the toxic, whatever, the toxic matter cannot stay clear with this problem. So, if you even for the fevers, it is suggested that hot water is given to the patient of fever also. So this is good. And then another thing, it is also suggested that the golden milk, that is also common world over. Golden milk, or you add some turmeric, raw turmeric preferably, to the hot milk, and then give it a boil, and this can be taken at bedtime. Then Pratimarsh Nasya. Nasya is one of the 5 types of Panchakarmas. These are the therapies that are provided so as to relieve a person from any kind of problem. The 5, I'll just take the name. One is Vaman, then Virechan, then Nasya, Anuvasanavasti, and Nirvanvasti. So Nasya, and specifically Nasya, use instilled drops, oil drops, medicated oil drops in the nose, both the nostrils, and then it is relieving for these kind of so many respiratory ailments. But as a preventive therapy also, Pratimarsh Nasya is good. That is, you can just 1 or 2 drops you take and instill in your nostrils. You can use coconut oil drops. You can use the sesame seed, that is til telam, or even ghee or the clarified butter. Then steam inhalation is also good. You may please suggest your people to take up steam inhalation. This is very good. So, and that as a respiratory tonic, I always suggest that you go in for Nilgiri tail. That's available in medicated form, or even then you can get eucalyptus oil drops, or eucalyptus leaves also you can put in the steamer and take steam. Otherwise, ajwain, that is the carom seeds, or even Ayush has suggested that mint leaves, that is the pudina. So this can also be taken up. And as a support therapy, now respiratory support therapy, I'll be just telling a little, because there are so many herbs and spices that Ayurveda has suggested specifically for clearing this problem, keeping your respiratory system on good support. One is tulsi. I told you about this, holy basil, because it is antitoxic. It helps to relieve the vata and kapha, two doshas. Kapha, the flame, when it is built in a system, then it causes many other problems. So 5 to 10 ml of this, you can pound the leaves and make some drops of holy basil, and you can add some honey, half a teaspoon honey or 1/4 teaspoon honey, and some mishri. Mishri is the crystalline sugar. This can be taken in this form. And then there's another leaf, that is pan. We all know it very well in India. This is the betel leaf. This is also having a wonderful, working on the respiratory system. So pan leaf drops, betel leaf, if you can get, you can just pound it, crush it, and extract a few drops and mix some honey into it, and then this can be taken. Then adrak. Adrak, I told you, that is ginger root. So you have to just crush it, and you can use it in your herbal tea as a decoction, or even otherwise it can be taken as mixed in honey and taken as such. Then black pepper or kali mirch. This is wonderful for giving your respiratory system a good boost. So this can be, this has to be actually taken. So every single day. This is good. Even if you're taking turmeric, please add some black pepper to it. So better absorption in your system it will be. And then cardamom. Even the small cardamom is good. Even the larger cardamom, that is good. And also turmeric. So these also help. I told you, if you have a good digestion, you need to have your boost your gastric fire, and if you have a good digestion, your immunity levels will shoot up very nicely. So that is how it is good. And please, what I suggest is that if uh, any kind of respiratory ailment or cough, mild cough is also setting up in your system, or a cold or whatever, all these herbs are definitely going to help you. Start with steam inhalation also. I told you, you can go in for this eucalyptus leaves. You can put in your steamer, or some ajwain, or the carom seeds, or you can even add some mint leaves in it. And you can go for some gargles also, like the alum water gargles. This is also very good. So uh, I could just go on and on, because Ayurveda is some topic that I just want to share with the world, and I like to talk about it, and specifically on the preventive aspect of it, that how you can prevent the ailments from touching your system, from setting in your system. Um, how much time is left? I am not sure for that. Okay, please. Yeah. Okay. You want to ask me any question, or should I continue with telling you more about this? Yeah, please tell. Okay. Okay. Cholesterol. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Not on cholesterol, but I will just, because about diet only, I was telling you that a person should have a good diet. So, if you can add coconut, coconut oil, and make yeah, because it is having a wonderful immunity boosting in itself. It has lauric acid. Lauric acid is the same that acid that is present in colostrum, or in the mother's milk also. So this can be taken, and this helps to boost the immunity. And then this can be taken even otherwise, or you can do some cooking in this oil specifically, so that it gives you support for your boosting the immunity levels. Yes. Mhm. Leaky gut. Ayurveda generally focuses on, not on particularly the gut health has to be considered. So that, for that reason only, I was telling you, you have to take care that whatever the diet is going on in your system, then your digestion has to be so good that it is, being digested well. Because the ama and agni concept just comes in the way, and then third is the your detox has to be good. So agni, if your the gastric fire is good, then but whatever the problem, and whatever the food you are taking in, it is going to be digested much better. The only problem why a disease sets up in the system, that is in form of ama. But the food, I told you the seven tissues, how they are set up. The food first we take, and then it is converted into juice. Then is ras, rakta, mas, meda, asthi, maja, and shukra. So then you start with the juice, taking the juice only. If it is not being digested well, then that is how the immunity is being affected. If the ama is setting up, and the agni is not working well, then rakta, this is one after the other, the tissues are formed, and then the essence of all these seven tissues is your immunity. And if the seven tissues are not formed well, this means the your gastric file is not working well, and then the ama is only building up in your system. Gut has to be, yeah, it has to be both ways actually. Your gut has to be taken care, but for that reason only the digestion has to be good. If you're able to digest well, and then your detoxification also has to be good. I told you about the tonics only, these plants that I shared, the herbs, They work as wonderful tonics for as a respiratory boon only. For coronavirus only, I'm telling these things so that you give your system that kind of a boost to your system. Okay, okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Anyone else, please? Anybody else, please? Okay, thank you so much. Namaste, and let all be well. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. That is our mode only. Thank you.